Okay, Auto One, here we are this morning looking at a 2006 Toyota Camry. This car needs new wiper blades, although they're actually not in that bad a shape. I'm going to show you how to replace them anyways. I'm also going to talk to you about painting the arms. So let me come around here and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and move the camera. And you're going to have to be patient with my very unprofessional camera skills. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to zoom in on that arm right there. There's the wiper arm. And you're going to see that there's a place where the paint's worn off. And when you're driving the car, that will end up reflecting light into your eyes and as you're driving. And that causes driver fatigue, and it also causes an unsafe condition where you can't see the road as well. So the first thing I want to do is show you how we're going to change wiper blades. And we're going to lift the arms like this and get them up there like that. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take some fender covers like this, and you're going to put these up on the windshield like this. And the reason why we're going to do this is so that while we're taking the arms off, if we accidentally drop a wiper blade arm, we don't break the windshield. It's happened before, and I hope it never happens again. But nevertheless, it can happen. So again, I'm just putting these fender covers on here. We could put a pile of rags, etc., but we're going to use fender covers to do this. So now what I'm going to do is zoom in onto that wiper blade arm and see if I can get it there. And it actually is zooming in really nice. And let me just try and do this. So there's a little tab right here, and I'm just looking at it to see if you can see that little tab. There we go, a little bit better. This wiper arm has a U, and what I've got to do is I've got to pull the tab like this out, and I've got to move this wiper arm down. And let's see if it wants to come off. There, it did. So it moved down, and I'm going to check the camera and make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to back out just a little bit, and that comes off like that, and then it pulls through the hole like that. So it hooks over this guy and locks onto this little tab here. And so there's the little tab that I pulled off. So if I were going to put this back on, what I would do is I would go like this. I would put this back up through here. Actually, I would do it like this, go back up through here, and then I come around like this. Nope, I got it backwards, sorry. Give me just a second. There we go. I think that's it right there. Mr. L's struggling for just a moment. Okay. So I'm going to put it in like this, through the hole like that, and then I have to slide it up into there like that until it locks. And you can see that I did not put it on right. But anyways, I'm going to pull this back down like this, and I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time like this, and slide it up like this. See if I can. Okay, no, Mr. L's struggling. So, one more time like this. I know you're thinking, well, he's struggling, we're going to struggle. There it is, I got it on properly. You got to make sure it's locked so that when you're going down the road and you use the wiper blades, they don't go flying off and cause an accident behind you. So anyways, again, we push the tab right there, and let me zoom in one more time so you can be right on that little tab. You can see the tab there. I'm going to push it in and then pull the wiper arm blade down. And again, I'll try it again. Sometimes it's a pain. Sorry, I pushed it in, I gotta pull it down. There we go. So one more time, we're not pushing this in, we're pulling it out, and then I'm taking it off. If this were to fall, if I back out here, if this were to fall, if I just let it go without those mats there, it would break that windshield. Okay, so let me just get down there. Look, that would break the windshield. So we're going to be real careful. So I'm going to go to the other side over here, and I'm going to take this other one off. Let's see if I'm looking at it right. There it is. See if it'll focus on there. Come on, focus. Okay. All right, guess it's not going to focus on that arm like I want it to. But I'll go ahead and take that wiper blade off. And again, I'll just, with my safety glasses on, I'll pull this tab out this way and then pull the blade down. And then this one's coming, I got it out. Sometimes they're stuck. So if they get stuck, what we'll do, believe it or not, is we take a little hammer and get the blade like this, and sometimes it takes somebody else to help you, and just smack it like that, and it comes down. But again, we've got our mats here, so it's going to be easy to do. All right, let me pause the video, and I'll show you the next thing. All right, here we go on part 2 of painting these arms and replacing these wiper blades. So there's caps right here that I need to flip up. And I think you can see that one right there. And that looks to me to be a 14mm bolt. So I'm just going to go ahead and spin the camera around and look at the tool panel. And we're going to come up over here and get a 3/8 ratchet right there. And on the tool panel it says 3/8 ratchet there. And I'm going to grab an extension right there. And then I'm going to move the camera around to here and show you the metric. There's the metric 3/8 drive sockets. I'm going to grab a 14mm. I'm going to spin the camera around back to where I'm working, and you can say, Mr. Al, this is the most unprofessional video in the world, and I will totally agree. And I'm going to go ahead and got it on the wrong one. Let's go back to the other one. I'm going to go ahead and zoom it in just a little bit. Sorry. And see if I can unbolt that. And it is a 14, and I've got it on off. The ratchet's on off, which means we're going counterclockwise to loosen. And this nut was not very tight at all, which makes it easy. I can pull that extension off at the socket and just finish it up by hand. I'm going to leave the nut right there. And then when you go to pull this off, it can be kind of a trick because the wiper arm is on what we call a taper. So this is tapered with splines, and there's corresponding splines in there. Let me see if I can zoom down on that even closer so you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. There's the splines. When we say, so here's the splines. When we say it's tapered, we mean as you go down it gets bigger, as you come up it gets smaller. So that, what that does is that wedges this arm on there, and the splines index it in the right position. So let me back out now, and we'll look at this arm more specifically. And what we're going to see here is that on this arm, I think I'm in the video here, you can see the spot there where we've lost the paint. And again, we're going to clean this up on the wire wheel, and then we're going to paint that. So let's go down to the wire wheel. So here we are at the wire wheel, which is a super valuable tool. The wire wheel we're going to use in order to take paint off, or at least rough up the paint so that we can prepare this. The paint on here is actually not really bad to be able to paint it, but we'll rough it up so the new paint sticks to it and make sure there's no flaking on here at all. I'm going to go ahead, I've got safety glasses on. I'm also going to grab a face shield, and I'm going to put the face shield on, and I'm going to check the video and see what you can see. And you're going to see me there. I am down there with my face shield. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I'll flip this guy down. So a couple things you'll notice is that I went ahead and scratched this guy up and made sure there's no flaking paint and tried to scratch the arm up. So now I'm ready to paint it. You notice that when I was working on the wire wheel, I was working down in this area. You always work below the center line, so that tends to pull your work away from you, never up high, which would throw it at you. And you never wear gloves, and you never use a rag when you're using the wire wheel, because gloves or rag will get sucked in and wrap your hand up. I've got jewelry and watches and all that kind of stuff off, no long hair, loose clothing, or anything like that. Let me pause the video, and we'll show you next the painting. Okay, here we go with our windshield wiper painting demonstration. I'm hooking a little piece of wire up to this to be able to hang it. And one thing you'll notice is that the two wiper arms are different shapes, so you've got to keep the passenger side to the passenger side and the driver's side to the driver's side. So I'm going to go ahead and take my, going to move the camera up like this, and I'm going to go ahead and take one of these arms, and I think you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and take my flat black paint, which will reduce glare into your eyes. And I'm just going to go ahead and give a little quick preliminary coat so I don't get any runs. We'll let that dry for a few minutes. We will grab the other one here and give a quick preliminary coat on all sides. And I'm sure I missed some spots on the other one, but we'll get to it in just again. We're just going to fog that about 12 inches away. Keep shaking the can. Again, we don't want runs. So we'll come back and give this one another coat. The paint dries super fast, especially out in the sun. So I'll shake the can up and give it another little coat. I want to get it coated really well so it's going to last in the sun. And take this one and give it one more coat. And I really do think you can do it this quick. I really do think it'll dry quick enough. And I'm out here where it's well ventilated, so I'm not breathing a bunch of fumes. I still need some more paint there. And I'm going to paint this just a little bit more. Just checking it, make sure I'm good. Okay, that one's done. I think I need a little bit more on this other one. Okay, so I think we're done for now, and we'll let these dry out here for a few minutes, and they probably won't need anything more than that, and then we'll show you how to install them, okay? Okay, here we are. We're going to install the new wiper blades, and you can see the part number here says that this is an 024 and this one's an 019. Those are in inches, and so they're two different lengths. So the 019 is going to go on the passenger arm, which is over here, and I'm going to go ahead and install this arm on my newly painted wiper arm here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it right in like this, right in through there. I'm going to pull it right down there, and it's going to lock, and I'm going to pull on it. I'm going back and forth this way and this way to make sure it's not going to come off, and there we go. That guy's ready to install, and I'll set him there for the moment. I'll take this driver's side one out of the package and install this one. Again, it's the longer one, and the longer one's got this straighter arm, and so I'm going to go ahead and put it through, sorry about my camera skills, up through the hole there, and I'm going to pull it down like that, and I'm making sure this way and that way that it's not coming undone, and that one's ready to go on. So now what I'll do is I'll zoom in over there, and you'll be able to see me bolting that guy back down. Let me zoom out a little bit. And I'll go ahead and bolt that guy back down, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and take the fender covers off because I got the wiper blades on, so I won't damage the windshield putting them back on. So I got the fender covers off, and I'm going to come up in here. You should still be able to see what's going on. And when I position this on here, I want it on that guy so the wiper blade's at the same spot that it was originally. And if I don't like it, I can take it back off and realign it. But in the meantime, I'm going to push this guy down. And again, it's got that taper with those splines. I'll take my tool, snug it back up. I put this on for clockwise to tighten, and I'm going like this. And you'll notice I'm holding the ratchet here, because if I hold it out here, I can over tighten it. But if I go here, it's good and snug, but I'm not going to strip and break that bolt. So I'll adjust the camera to get to the other one there, and I'll zoom in a little bit, and you guys will see me put that one on there. So we'll take this arm and we'll slide it up in over here, making sure that the arm is in the place where it's supposed to be. And I am there right now. I'm going to push it down, and I got it where it should be. I'm threading this nut on, and I'm taking my ratchet in the on or clockwise tightening direction, snugging it up. I got it nice and snug, but I'm not grabbing it over here and over torquing it. Torque is a twisting force. Now, the only thing left to do is I'd like to bring the camera over here and back out a little bit and put the hood down and check the function of the wiper blades, and also check how the sprayers are working. Are they hitting the windshield at a good spot? So you guys all have to learn on your cars how to turn the wipers on. So I'm turning the ignition on, and I'm going to use the wiper multifunction switch, and hopefully I don't get I'm going to go ahead, hopefully I don't get, so it looks like they're spraying pretty good. When you're going down the road fast, they will, I'll leave these on for a moment. When you're going down the road fast, it'll push the water up a little higher. So it looked like the alignment on these was really good. Sometimes a couple things that you want to notice, and I'm going to come over here and zoom in on those guys down there. Let's see if it'll focus on it. Yeah, it did. On many cars, there's a little eyeball in there, and you take a needle and you can adjust where it shoots on there. These will often get clogged because people will use straight water instead of windshield washer fluid, which will keep it from getting corroded. And you can see those wipers are still working. They're on intermittent right now. So we'll watch them from over here for just a moment. There they go. They look nice. Look like they're working good. I'm going to go shut them off. And So it's really important that you use real windshield wiper fluid, which we'll talk about when we get to our fluids demonstration. That's it for now. Those wiper blades look really good. They're painted. They're not going to put any glare in anybody's eyes, and they're brand new.